Today we'll continue with Surah 4, Women, from the J.M. Rodwell translation, and Asa, and 25 is where I'll start today, but 29 is what he says, and so, and whoever of you is not rich enough to marry free believing women, then let him marry such of your believing maidens as have fallen into your hands as slaves. God well knoweth your faith. Ye are sprung the one from the other. Marry them then with the leave of their masters. Give them a fairer dower, but let them be chaste and free from fornication, and not the entertainers of lovers. So it's very important when we're talking about the slave issue that we're not accepting of prostitution or any of that, and that the slaves have rights. You just can't force them into it and not give them anything and all that. If after marriage they commit adultery, then inflict upon them half the penalty enacted for free married women. And this is for him among ye who is afraid of your wrongdoing. But if ye abstain, it will be better for you, and God is lenient, merciful. The question to those who follow the Mosaic law and claim that it's Islamic is, how do you half stone somebody to death? God desired to make this known to you and to guide you into the ways of those who have been before you, and to turn him into you, to turn him unto you in mercy. And God is knowing, wise. God desireth to turn him unto you, but they who follow their own lusts desire that with great swerving should ye swerve. God desireth to make your burden light, for man hath been created weak. O believers, devour not each other's substance in mutual frivolities, unless there be a trafficking among you by your own consent, and commit not suicide. Of a truth God is merciful to you, and whoever shall do this maliciously and wrongfully, we will in the end cast him into the fire. For this is easy with God. But if ye avoid the great sins which ye are forbidden, we will blot out your faults, and we will cause you to enter with honorable entry. Covet not gifts by which God hath raised some of you above others. The men shall have a portion according to their deserts, and the women a portion according to their deserts of God. Therefore acts as gifts. Verily God hath knowledge of all things. To every one we have appointed kindred as heirs, of what parents and relatives, and those with whom ye have joined right hands in contract leave. Give therefore to each their portion. Verily God witnesseth all things. Men are supporters to women on account of the qualities which God hath given the one above the other, and on account of the outlay they make from their substance for them. Virtuous women are obedient, careful during the husband's absence, because God hath of them been careful, but chide those for whose fractoriousness, refractor in it, chastise those for whose refractoriness ye have cause to fear. Remove them into beds apart, and scourge them. But if they are obedient to you, then seek not occasion against them. Verily God is high, great. So the term here in verse 34 is, what's the word? Responsibility is probably a better way to put it. But before I'll finish this. And if ye choose, And if you fear a breach between man and wife, then send a judge chosen from his family and a judge chosen from her family. If they are desirous of agreement, God will effect a reconciliation between them. Verily God is knowing, apprised of all. And, obviously the first thing is you talk about it. And if there's still an issue with their issue, then, then not having sex or literally not sleeping together can be the next step. And the third step, a lot of women I think most women in the world would rather be spanked than have the problems that they've created in the family be taken outside the family. I mean, that, it be known that, okay, hasn't been being a good spouse, and honoring, marriage is supposed to be a fortress, right? So, but then the third thing, okay, no taking each other to the favored marriage counselor. You have to kind of be equitable. You got to have people on both sides to kind of figure out the dispute when there's a dispute. And of course, you can just skip to this stage, but wouldn't you rather do another few steps before that? Worship God. Oh, and this verse here is sort of a summary of religion. Verse 38 here. No, it's not 38. It's 36. Okay. Divine love is not for what is from the prideful character and the boasting. Men, from worship God and enjoy not with him in worship. Be good to parents and to kindred and to orphans and to the poor and to a neighbor, whether kinsman or newcomer, and to the fellow traveler and to the wayfarer and to the slaves whom your right hands hold. Verily God loveth not the proud, the vain boaster. So it's a great summary of religion, doing good to the successive circles of relation, who are niggardly, stingy themselves, and bid others be niggards, and hide away from what God of his bounty have given them. We have made ready a shameful chastisement for the unbelievers, and for those who bestow their substance in alms to be seen of men, and believe not in God in the last day. Whoever hath Satan for his companion, an evil companion hath he. But theirs, if they should be in God, and in the last day, and bestow alms out of what God hath vouchsafed them, for God taketh knowledge of them. God truly will not wrong any one of them the weight of a mote, and if there be any good deed, he will repay it doubly, and from his presence shall be given a great recompense. How when we shall bring up against them witnesses from all peoples, and when we shall bring thee up as a witness against these, on that day they who were infidels and rebelled against the prophets shall wish that the earth were leveled with them, but nothing shall they hide from God. O ye true believers, come not to prayer when ye are drunken, but wait till you can understand what ye utter, nor when you are polluted, unless ye be traveling on the road, until ye have washed you, if ye be sick, or on a journey, or have come from an unclean place, or have touched a woman, and ye find no water, then run pure sand, and bathe your face and hands with it. Verily God is lenient, merciful. So that's gone into women, not just, if you touch a woman, you're dirty. That's not what's being said. That if you've had your sexual intercourse with your spouse, and you can't wash up, there's the alternative. Clean dirt, not just something filthy. That's not acceptable. Hast thou not remarked those to whom a portion of the Scriptures hath been given? Vendors are they of error, and are desirous that ye go astray from the way. But God knoweth your enemies, and God is a sufficient patron, and God is a sufficient helper. Among the Jews are those who displace the words of their Scriptures, and say, We have heard, and we have not obeyed. Hear thou, what is one that heareth not? And look at us, perplexing with their tongues, and wounding the faith by their revellings. But if they would say, We have heard, and we obey, hear thou, and regard us, it were better for them, and more right. But God hath cursed them for their unbelief. Few only of them are believers. O ye to whom the Scriptures hath been given, believe in what we have sent down, confirmatory of the Scriptures which is in your hands. Ere we efface your features and twist your head round backwards, or curse you as we curse the Sabbath breakers. And the command of God was carried into effect. Verily God will not forgive the union of other gods with himself, but other than this will he forgive to whom he pleaseth. And he who uniteth gods with God hath devised a great wickedness. Hast thou not marked those who hold themselves to be righteous? But God holdeth righteousness whom he will, and they shall not be wrong. The husk of a date stone, behold how they devise a lie of God. Therein is wickedness manifest enough. Hast thou not observed those to whom a portion of the Scriptures hath been given, and they believe in Egypt and Tagut, superstition and rebellion? And say of the infidels, these are guided in a better path than those who hold the faith. Because the previous scriptures only contain the scriptures other than Quran only contain a portion of the revealed scriptures, because there's been additions and changes and all that. And these are they whom God hath cursed, and for him whom God hath cursed thou shalt by no means find a helper. Shall they have a share in the kingdom who would not bestow on their fellow men even the speck of a date stone? Envy they other men what God of his bounty hath given them? We gave the old Scriptures and wisdom to the line of Abraham, and we gave them a grand kingdom. Some of them believe, and some turn aside from him.
The flame of hell is their severe punishment.
Those who disbelieve our signs we will in the end cast into the fire, so often as their skins shall be well burnt, and we will change them for fresh skins, that they may taste the torment. Verily God is mighty wise. But as for those who have believed and done the things which are right, we will bring them into gardens neath which the rivers flow, therein to abide eternally. Therein shall they have wives of stainless purity, and we will bring them into a shadowing shades. Verily God enjoineth you to give back your trust to the owners, and when you judge between men, to judge with fairness. Excellence is the practice to which God exhorteth you. God heareth, beholdeth. O ye who believe, obey God, and obey the apostle, and those among you invested with authority. And if in aught ye differ, bring it before God and his apostle. If ye believe in God and in the latter day, this is best and fairest way of settlement. And it's important to remember that those in authority over you are the current law of your country. So what you're obliged to do, what you're obliged not to do, if they do set extra, you kind of have to. But I'm certainly not supportive of the opinion that those in authority over you are people who are long dead, not in any actual physical authority over you, just some random scholar from thousands of years ago, maybe not random, well, not thousands, a thousand and some years ago, maybe less, maybe some scholar in some other country. They're not actually an authority over you. You are, unless they dictate how things work in your masajid or something else like that, until we have a caliphate that's, you know, your leaders over your locality are probably more like that.